Okay, I'm going to continue on my series of Nietzsche's Thus Spoke Zarathustra. Sorry if this hat is. I don't usually wear this in videos, but my head is since I got my hair cut for my mom's wedding. My head has been freezing, so I'm going to be wearing that now. Doing section 5 of part 1. This is a section, kind of a short section, which I mean they all are kind of short. This is called on enjoying and suffering the passions. So. I guess a passion. In what context can we think of a passion in this way that Nietzsche is talking about? And I guess a good way to think about it is a passion for one virtue over another. I'm going to read you a couple little passages out of this. My brother, if you have a virtue and she is your virtue, then you have her in common with nobody. To be sure, you want to call her by name and pet her. You want to pull her ear and have fun with her. And behold, now you have her name in common with the people and have become one of the people and her with your virtue. So, the whole thing here is that, well, first of all, Kant said that you could never have a conflict between virtues. Let's say you have a passion for honesty. Honesty is more important, the most important virtue for you than anything. Say justice or courage or benevolence. Honesty for you is most important. And Nietzsche is kind of saying here that if you have a passion for a certain virtue over another, then you could have a conflict. For instance, let's say you have a passion for honesty, but you also care about benevolence or beneficence or kindness. So if you care most about honesty and let's say you see someone's new house, and the person's house is less agreeable or less pleasing to the eye than their previous one was. However, the owner of the house thinks that their current house is the best one, and that this current house is the best one. If honesty is your most prior virtue, then you will say, no, I think I like your other one better. But in kindness or beneficence or benevolence, if you had those, as a big concern, you would want to tell them what they want to hear in order to be kind to them. Kant said that there's no moral circumstances in which lying is right. However, I disagree with that. And I think that sometimes it is moral to lie, because I think it's better to be kind to someone rather than to be honest. I think so. I guess the whole thing is that Kant said that there could never be a conflict of virtues. However, Nietzsche is kind of saying that there could be if you have a passion for one over the other. But that's not really all that is going on here. You would do better to say, inexpressible and nameless is that which gives my soul agony and sweetness, and is even the hunger of my entrails. Weird. May your virtue be too exalted for the familiarity of names, and if you must speak of her, then do not be ashamed to stammer of her. Once you suffer passions and call them evil, but now you have only your virtues left. They grew out of your passions. You commended your highest goal to the heart of these passions. Then they became your virtues and passions you enjoyed. So, I guess the whole thing here, again, this is something that is kind of abstract and not the easiest to understand. But the whole thing is, I'm thinking that if you have a passion of something, as you almost as if it's a obsession with it, that you stammer at it, that can be conflicting towards that can conflict with the other things that are also important. So he also says here that and nothing evil grows out of you henceforth, unless it be evil that that grows out of flight among your virtues. My brother, if you are fortunate you have only one virtue and no more, then you will pass over the bridge more easily. So I guess one concern here is of the Overman, or the Übermensch. My brother, if you are fortunate, if you have only one virtue and no more, then you will pass over the bridge more easily. It is a distinction to have many virtues, but a hard lot. And many have gone into the desert and taken their lives because they had wearied of being the battle and battlefield of virtues. Man is something that must be overcome, and therefore you shall love your virtues, for you will perish of them. Thus spoke Zarathustra. So, I guess this is a difficult one. I think you should read secondary text, and I have a little bit, but I don't want to really include those in this video. I just kind of want to discuss the text as it is itself, and kind of think about what it means to have one virtue that you think of only, as opposed to having many virtues that are potentially ranked, and I guess how possible it is for collision between the virtues that you keep. So, if you think that I have left something out, or I'm trying to make sure that I haven't, but the point is about the Overman, or the Übermensch, that, like I've said in previous videos on this book so far, that you have man and animal. You have the man and you have the animal. The Overman, or the Übermensch, sometimes wrongly translated as Superman, is the bridge between man and animal. So if you are man, then you are, in a way, taking the path of least resistance, and you are just kind of trying to do the thing that is, in a way, conforming with the way everybody else does it, and it's the least painful and the least frustrating and the least difficult. When you could overcome man himself and, in a way, be a creator rather than being the created. And it's in a way, this is kind of a bash against religion, because of the whole people acknowledging a God when he's basically saying, well, you can be a creator of and in yourself. So this section, I think, is just examining the difficulties that can kind of come with dealing with keeping certain virtues as opposed to others, or multiple ones, or just one. So that's kind of what I've gotten from it. And the next section is about the pale criminal, which is an even more abstract thing, which has a lot of possible interpretations, which I'm kind of still trying to figure out how I would discuss this on this channel. I mean, I'm still trying to kind of put together a video. I mean, I've read this passage many times, but I'm still trying to put together a way to discuss that on a video similar to this one. So if you have a question about this current passage on the section 5, or if you think I left something out or messed something out, comment below. Or if you have I don't know, I might have created it. I might have made it already before I even post this one. So if this is posted and I haven't posted the one on the pale criminal, then post something down there. Either way, post something down there on the whole book as it is too. So thank you.